Hi, welcome to this short video. I'm shooting it because there is something I would like to share with you, and as you can see, I am in a spot with some fantastic views. But one thing that I want to share with you is something about, if you can see, I am on a site. I have a client who is a construction person, and this morning I was called to have a look at what is happening in one of his projects. And what you have just seen is loads of floorboards or floor panels lying about, trying to be get dried because someone carelessly left running connection in a pipe in the kitchen. So this gave me an idea to create a video about responsibility, and I have already created a video a few months ago about being responsible. And this example here is something that goes on in many places. It can be a building site, it can be factory, it can be an office, it can be any place. Just because someone might feel like to do somebody I don't know, a joke, maybe they are angry with somebody and they want to do something nasty to them. Well, to me this example is very nasty. To me this is very irresponsible act of sabotage, really, because if I am undertaking a job, I want to do that job to my best ability. And if I'm angry with someone, I can go and punch a wall, punch a tree, punch a cushion, or even punch myself because I'm angry with somebody. But I personally would really strongly advise anybody from doing something which is nasty, which is costly. In this case, we're talking about several £100, but the damage is done. The damage is done deliberately. So if you are angry with someone and you are planning to retaliate on somebody, then please don't do that, because you are retaliating more yourself than anybody else. You've got to remember that when we do things, we've got to remember about the fact that by doing whatever, a good deed or a bad deed, we are actually... Yes, so I was saying that when you do a deed, bad or good, whichever it is, you are throwing a boomerang. And you understand what it means when you throw a boomerang, isn't it? Throwing a boomerang means that even though I think I'm going to hit someone else with it, that hit will come back to me with a triple strength. So I am going to be knocked over, not the person I am intending to do the damage to. So please do remember, it is a very old truth that by doing something bad, by retaliating, by being angry, by being mischievous, you are actually doing much more damage to yourself, to your reputation, than to the person that you are angry with, or people you are angry with, or whoever you are aiming your anger at. whatever you do and however you do it, remember that you are the beneficiary in the end, not the person you are directing to. And it's the same thing with a good deed. If you do something good, that will come back to you. So think, if you are angry right now with somebody, stop and think for a minute. Is it worth it? And once again, I will share a story for you which will give you the proof of a good deed. And this story is about Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama was traveling on a public transport in Delhi, and he managed to get a seat right across from the door of the bus. As in India, you know that it is normal, the buses are overcrowded, but in this instant, this overcrowded bus had Dalai Lama on board, and on one of the stops, this very angry man steps in, swearing and effing and blinding at everyone and everything, and he happened to manage to get squeezed just next to the Dalai Lama, sitting there on a chair. So he took his anger on Dalai Lama. He was really, really angry, taking everything he possibly could and throwing it at Dalai Lama. But Dalai Lama, knowing and understanding the law of attraction, he knew that the only thing he can do is to ignore that person, make no reaction whatsoever, because the moment he took that reaction, he would take all of that anger from that man onto himself. So eventually, this man, seeing that there is no reaction, he burst out of the bus and left at the nearest stop. So then the crowd in the bus is asking Dalai Lama, Dalai Lama, what happened? You have been really taken to such an extent. You have been so thrown out. And Dalai Lama just looked at them and said, look, if I would reacted, that man would have been really still angry, but I would take his anger onto me. I don't need that, because I don't need to be angry, I don't need to have trouble. It is his problem, therefore he needs to deal with that problem. But anger doesn't lead us to anything. Damaging someone's property doesn't lead us to anything. Sabotaging someone's property doesn't lead to anything. So, what is the point? What is the point? What is the satisfaction of damaging someone's property and then having the knock-on effect anyway? There is no satisfaction in that. There is just no point. It's completely and utterly pointless to take anger onto someone else. To be mischievous is pointless. To damage property, it is completely pointless, because before or later we will get it all back. So I don't understand the people or the person who did this particular damage. I feel that they are very, very poor in their thinking. I think that they don't understand what it is about. I think that they will regret it before or later very much. Only they don't know it as yet. Because if they did know, they would never do this in the first place. So there is a lesson in there. And that lesson is If you are angry, if you are upset, if you have the inclination of sabotaging something or damaging someone else's property, which is a criminal offense anyway, then I suggest that you go somewhere into a park and get that out of yourself. Do some running, do some cycling, go and swim, go and scream, but stop damaging someone's property. I hope that this is helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.